You're listening to Traumedy, the podcast that helps you take your pain and play with it. I'm Nancy Norton. I am a comedian, a registered nurse in several states. Stay well, everybody. I do not offer health advice, although I give hints of what has helped me. This is peer-to-peer sharing. We've been through some stuff. You've been through some stuff. Let's help each other learn how we got through it. My guest this week is back by popular demand. Sherri Harper was episode 10 on our first season, and now she's going to be episode 10 on the third season. So it's a 2-year journey. We're going to hear about her arc and how things are going for her after her sociopath abuse. I would say psychopath abuse, actually. The more I know about her ex, I think he's a psychopath. Just put out a white light, everybody. Put out a white light. We're here to help heal ourselves and others. Okay, Traumedy, trigger warning. Now, it's Traumedy, so you know it deals with trauma. Yeah? I mean, that's kind of known. We don't stay stuck in the dark energies, but we do acknowledge some kind of horrible things. On this episode, we talk about sociopath abuse and child abuse, sexual assault. There's a lot, but this guest has come out the other side and wants to show you how you can come out the other side. But she's dead. So there's that. I can dance in my kitchen. And it's not that I'm, okay, listen, I don't care what people think. It's not that I'm laughing or dancing on her grave, because I don't know where it is. I do more than dance on it, I'll tell you.
Maybe hit the Taco Bell before we go.
Oh, God, that felt good. But that is how powerless I felt. We don't stay stuck, but for those of us who are survivors, it's like, hey, this actually is comforting. We acknowledge it and we find our path out. And once again, Traumedy is not a replacement for trauma therapy, but it may help you get by between sessions. And so, all right, what else do I want to? Nurses Off the Charts is coming up, y'all. Doing another round of Nurses Off the Charts. Let me be your recharge nurse. We got to take that vicarious trauma, get it out of our body, throw it up into the sky like glitter, and laugh about awful things that we've had to see and kind of crazy and sometimes funny things. It's an interactive show. There is one in Dallas, April 3rd at the Dallas Comedy Club. Then we're going to be back here in Colorado at Looney's in Colorado Springs, Comedy Works South in South Denver. And let me know if you have any questions. Message me. And if you want to be a guest or you know somebody who should be a guest, please let me know. I would love to talk with them. You can find me at nancynorton.tv. If you have any questions, Nancy Norton, Norton, .tv, like television. And let's get the word out. Share this podcast. Share it with people who you think, hey, man, listen to Nance. Listen in and know it's going to get better. Because wait till you hear Sherri's story. It's gotten a whole lot better.
I am very peaceful right now, and I love that. I love that for my kids. I love that my kids have peace right now.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that your kids are doing so well.
Yeah.
You have a nice smile.
Thanks.
Things are good.
Yeah, it's easy to be happy when you see your kids happy.
All right, enjoy this episode. See you on the other side. Peace and love, everybody. Welcome to Traumedy. My guest this week is back by popular demand. Your episode was very popular. It was season 1, episode 10. Those red flags are not a parade.
Yes.
We are going to follow up with Sherri Harper. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me on again. I've been looking forward to this for a very long time.
I just wanted to wait long enough. So, let's see what the arc is. Because last time, tune into the previous season.
Yeah.
Gosh, because we both have had some crazy making relationships where we thought we were with somebody we knew.
Yep.
And we didn't know them.
They turned out to be somebody completely different.
And it's so shocking.
It is. It is.
And I was talking to somebody about reality falling like dominoes, and just that disorienting, like, where's my footing?
It completely makes you lose your footing.
Yeah. But then when things all of a sudden start making sense, and then I was saying, what about the dominoes going right again? Like,
Yeah.
dink, like reverse engineering it. And now,
And I'm happy to report that they have. They've righted themselves.
and I want to hear the arc of like, where do we start?
Well, for me, I tended to be in that same thing where I was picking the same kind of person over and over again. And for me, after the trauma of what happened during that relationship, I was done with dating. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. And so I resolved to be a dog mom, and I adopted a whole bunch of dogs.
Yeah. And they're so cute.
They're pretty cute.
And you did a really cute kind of boudoir dog.
I did a boudoir dog.
You should have a calendar. That would be a fun.
That would be fun. I'll have to do that. That's okay. Get that done. But yeah, so I just resolved, you know what? I don't need anybody. I need to find peace in myself and peace in my own head and my brain, because I don't put 100% of the blame on any of my partners. I was also responsible for some strife and things like that. So I was like, you know what? I need to be at peace in my own head before I can ever even consider being in a relationship as a we again.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of settled down with myself. I did a lot of therapy.
Good.
Yeah. I was working at the time in healthcare. I was 32 years as a CT and X-ray tech. And so I was just working, taking care of dogs, and doing therapy basically. During that time, I just got really comfortable being alone. And I was okay. Being alone doesn't have to be lonely.
Not at all.
No.
Personally, I've been just kind of hanging on my own. And like I said in the kitchen a moment ago, like I am of an age where I have no libido. So there's like, what is the attraction of bringing someone into my life right now? What do I need?
Yeah.
For me right now, I definitely just need to know myself. But I understand as a younger gal.
Yeah, well, I'm not that young, but
well, also I know companionship is very valid, and there is a part of me that would like to have a life partner, and I just don't know if I'm not ready yet, but I'm glad you are.
Well, actually, what I went looking for was someone to go out to dinner with. That was what I was looking for. And so I got back on Tinder. That was the app that I met this guy on, and I started talking. It was Memorial Day weekend 2 years ago. So we've been together almost 2 years. And I got on and was just talking, and he was funny. He's a former New York City paramedic. And so we had that in common in healthcare.
Oh, yeah. Because there's one. Yeah, that's a common language, and also a dark sense of humor.
Exactly. And he's this New York boy. So he's got like he's almost reminds me of like an old Jewish guy, and it's just really cute. And so we were talking, and I had met another guy as well that weekend. And so I went out with that guy on Thursday, and that did not go well. I paid attention to the red flags this time and was like, I'm going to be blocking you now. And so that was the end of that.
Oh, good. What did you do? Catch him in lies? Or
so he told me this weird story as we sat down to dinner. We had only been like to dinner for 15 minutes. And he tells me this story about how one of the girls he had met online, they went back to her place. They were starting to fool around, and she was drinking pretty heavily and just got up and went out to an Uber that she had called for herself and left from her own house and left him inside. So that was weird. But then his reaction to it, he was mad that she did that. So he took her doors off of her house and put them in a dumpster.
What?
Yeah.
He thought that was a good thing, and that he should share that with you.
Exactly.
Like, oh, this is going to be funny. You'll enjoy this story.
And I put my napkin down, and I said, this has been interesting to meet you. And I am going to go home now, and please don't contact me. And that was all I said. And I walked away. And then I had the date with Steve the next night. And I'm like, okay, this is my last chance. If this goes weird,
I'm surprised you were able to follow through with the date with Steve after that. I might have gone home into the fetal position for a little while going,
I hugged my dogs. I did.
Yeah, but somehow some part of you knew, like, okay, Go ahead.
Yeah. I was like, last
Get
chance.
back up on that horse.
That's right.
That's probably the wrong way to put that. I apologize. But you were really clear that your goal was to just like have some dinner companionship.
Yeah.
Like, let's have some nice meals. And I don't know anything about these dating apps. Like Tinder, I don't know anything about it compared to other ones. But
yeah, I think it's been so long now. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but you can put like what you're interested in.
Okay, so it's not all sex. It can be. So because I always thought Tinder was like the hookup, like a quick hookup kind of
I think
app.
it used to be.
Oh, okay. But now there's more.
Yeah, now it lets you put a profile and you can say exactly what you're looking for. Because there are people that are on there that are still like, hey, just looking for, a quickie or whatever.
Sure. And that's nothing. No, not shaming that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But this was not what you were, this is not what you were looking for.
Yeah. And it just so happened that Steve lived 10 minutes from me in Longmont. And so we went ahead and met at a local restaurant. And I remember specifically seeing him walk up. He's a gigantic man. He's 6'5", over 300 pounds. And he was walking up the walkway to me. And I was like, this man is a giant teddy bear.
Oh.
And he told me first off, when we first started talking, that he is on the spectrum. He's autistic. And so I just found it really refreshing. From our second date, we got in the car together and he let me know, you're too perfumed for me. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, and he stated a need, not in a mean way.
No.
But for me, like he's like, you're overstimulating my olfactory senses.
Exactly. And I was like, oh, thanks for telling me. I'll tone it down. It's been the most honest relationship. By probably the third date, we agreed that, okay, we're going to see each other exclusively. And we just started, we're both foodies. We love food. And so coming from New York, apparently we have zero good bread out here. Steve is a bread snob. And so we just enjoyed talking about food and going for food. And then it just became like a romantic thing. And he's my person. I am convinced that he is my person.
Oh, Sherri.
So, yeah, he's so nice. He's genuinely a good person.
Yes.
Just like through and through.
And and I love that he wasn't trying to mask, even though I understand people, and we all mask to some degree. We all do. To me, the greatest gift we can give someone, and I was saying this at my friend's funeral a couple of weeks ago, Betty Klinkenbeard, who was like my second mom, she was very authentic. Mm-hmm. Like you never had to wonder, when she asked you over for dinner, is she really want me to come to dinner or is she being polite? Mm-hmm. She said, she would tell you, if I didn't want you to come, I wouldn't ask you to dinner.
Right.
I mean, I had to have her tell me that because I'd be like, oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
So the greatest gift we can give someone is being authentic.
Absolutely.
I was just talking to a friend. We were talking about how we weren't taught how to state our needs very well.
Oh, yeah.
And so to not make you feel bad about your perfume, but just to say, hey, I have a need.
Yeah.
And I do too. I get very overstimulated with scents.
Right.
So
and
cool.
Sounds too. It's for him. It's many things. There are times where, for instance, we're moving in together, and so I've already moved into the house. We have a new space for the both of us that neither has lived in before, which I also think is kind of important if it's available.
Like a neutral.
Like a neutral zone. Like I'm not changing anything to accommodate him. He's not changing anything to accommodate me. It's us now. And so I feel like that's a really good option for us. So anyway, I moved in 2 weeks ago, and then his big move is tomorrow. Okay. And so he's constantly moving right now, and it's a little bit much for him. And so when he comes home at night, he's like, I just need to be for a little bit. And I'm like, understood. And so we just sit in silence, and it's comfortable. That's another thing that I think is so interesting, because you know how that people will talk about that awkward silence where you feel like there needs to be words. We don't need words. It's okay for us just to be in the silence with the pitter patter of the many dog feet all over the floor.
Yeah, how's he doing with the dog noises?
Oh, he's great.
Because you said he's sensitive to sound. So
he's good with it. He's made his peace. He does have kind of a love-hate relationship with my pug Kevin.
Okay.
He
because you have how many pets?
I have 4 dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, and 3 of them are pugs, and then I've got my Chiweenie Gus. Steve, his dogs in the past have been pit bulls.
Oh,
and
wow.
so he thinks that my dogs are not real dogs. So he's constantly, kind of ragging on Kevin because Kevin, I'll be honest, Kevin's a jerk. He is a little asshole.
Maybe he's got some issues.
He does have some issues.
Yeah.
He's adorable. He's gorgeous and mommy loves him. And so he knows it. And so he tries to get away with a lot of stuff.
Oh, he's so charming.
Steve calls him on it all the time. But no, he's been great with the dogs. The dogs sleep around me in bed. And fortunately, we have a big bed. So Steve takes up half of it. And then me and 4 dogs take up the other half.
I mean, Steve's got to sleep on the diagonal, doesn't he?
Practically. He sleeps with his head touching the headboard and his toes hang off the end of the bed.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with a California king.
Exactly.
You got to have maybe you need to add one more extension.
I think that'd be great. I see these beds that they have, at least online, that are for people that have a lot of dogs, and they look extra long and extra wide.
Yeah.
Our room isn't that big, but...
Maybe I should build just a huge room-sized futon.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh.
He's super handy, too. He knows how to build stuff. So maybe I'll get him on that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I at this point, I can't imagine sharing a bed for an entire night. I'm even thinking for a short time.
Right.
Anyway, I'm not a good gauge of this stuff, but I was curious if y'all have inside the house your own sanctuary.
Well, that was the goal. When we first started looking for a house, it was to have 2 masters. And so we'd each have our own space.
Yes, so they call them primary, but primary.
Yes.
Yes. We're not going to subscribe to the patriarchy.
That's right. So that was the goal. But then we found this place and fell in love with it. So there is a guest bedroom on nights where he can't sleep. He says that he might opt to just go in the guest bedroom and sleep.
Yeah, I think it's so good to have your own.
It is.
bedroom.
It's nice.
I mean, that's just me, but
yeah,
I know a lot of folks are really good at co-sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I will say I sometimes do sleep deeper, like especially if somebody, I know this is weird, but if somebody snores, I like the rhythm of the snoring.
I do too. I'm totally like that.
I find it kind of helpful.
Right.
I don't know. But I think because my dad used to snore and I would hear it through the wall.
That
I could
makes sense.
Literally hear it. He was such a loud snorer. You could hear it through the wall.
Right. I remember that with
comforting.
my dad one night. My dad was the summer dad because my parents were divorced. And so I would just go down and stay with my dad for summers. And I remember the first night I was sleeping with my sister in the guest room and I could hear this, like, it sounded like heavy breathing. And I was like, what is that? And I got up and I ran to my dad's room and it turns out it was my dad. He was snoring.
Yeah.
And I could hear it all the way from the guest room. So yeah. But yeah, I find it comforting too.
Yeah.
It's like a sound machine or something.
I know.
Yeah.
I also have friends on sleep apnea machines.
Oh.
My dad, when he got on his sleep, I think the snoring is a sign, right, of something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But my dad, he loved his sleep apnea machine.
Oh, that's awesome.
He was like, you put this on and the bitchin' stops. I know that's wrong to say,
so
but
funny.
My mother has passed on.
Oh.
So the bitchin' stopped. Although it didn't for me. It's still in my head.
You're right.
And that's on me. I have got to do my work. Anyway,
yeah.
So things are going really well.
Things are going really well.
Now you're retired. Is Steve still working or is he retired also?
He is an IT specialist now. So he did end up getting injured on the job and has 4 herniated discs in his thoracic spine.
Oh, no.
But unfortunately, instead of them herniating out to the back like they usually do, they herniated forward.
Oh, shoot.
So if he would ever try to surgically repair them, it involves taking his heart and lungs out of his body.
No.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm not interested in doing that. So he just lives with it. And now he is an IT specialist and works from home. So
is he able to, like, all of a sudden I'm trying to hold my spine straight.
I know, right? It makes me do that too.
What is it? So I'm thinking, like, if something, was he arching back? Like,
he was coming up an escalator and apparently slipped on a candy wrapper on the escalator.
And fell back? Or
he
fell? Or
I
just
think he fell forward.
This is the ortho nurse in me that wants to understand for no good reason. It's HIPAA. We should leave Steve alone. But that's, oh wow, I can't.
Yeah.
They can't access. In all my days as an ortho nurse, you're right. I've never you don't picture the bulge going towards the
right. It
interior.
Almost always goes forward. Also, he's a little bit
you've done
kyphotic.
a lot of because you. Oh yeah.
So I'm wondering if his kyphosis, because
Yeah.
he's with him being so tall, he hunches a lot to get through doorways and stuff.
And talk to people and probably be at a desk and brush his teeth. Everything he has to bend over for.
Yeah, so not the best posture. So maybe that had something to do with it as
well.
well.
The world is made for average-sized people.
It's true. It's so hard. Even to try to find a lazy boy recliner for this man is an issue.
Yeah.
I feel like I should contact like the NBA and find out who gets your lazy boys for you.
Right.
Because, we've had a heck of a time. We've been on like a 2-year hunt to try to find a big and tall lazy boy, and
if anybody out there knows where the big and tall
that's right.
I would think a Google search of big and tall lazy boy would pull something up.
But then we have the autism that comes into factor. So it can't be a rocker. It has to be stationary. It can't be one of those automatic ones that helps you stand up. It has to be like the lever kind. So we have a whole other area of
research.
Exactly.
Okay. You'll do your spreadsheet.
That's right.
And you'll find the perfect. Well, I have faith in you. He's IT and you're, you've got the CT, the X-ray. So you've seen tons of the. I mean, I know you're not the person that reads the X-rays. Right. That's a radiologist, but you can't help but see stuff.
Right.
Because I always ask my tech, like, should I be scared right now? Like they don't. They say, well, I can't say anything, but they'll give you kind of a little. They'll give you a hint sometimes.
I used to let my ER doc know. I was pretty close with my ER doc. And so there were times where I would see something and be like, so this is what's going on. Because at night when I worked, I was weekend night shift for 32 years.
And you saw the drunken craziness.
Oh, all the time. And we didn't have a radiologist in-house. We would send them to a different place for them to read them. And we would always mark the stat ones as stat. But when you have a bunch of hospitals doing that, it still takes time to get it. So if I saw something, I would let my ER doc know, I think I see this. Oh. And so that he could start the, calling in whatever teams needed to be in. I think of a particular case that was kind of haunting to me. There was a really nice man that came in. I want to say he was late 50s, early 60s. This has been several years ago, so I don't remember like specifics. But he was having like searing back pain. And so they ordered an aortogram on him. And so I get him onto the CT table and I'm like, I'm going to put the carts up together and then we're going to have you scoot over. And he's like, no, I can stand up. It's all right. I can stand up. And I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. So he stands up and I get him on the table and I go ahead and I do the scan. Giant aortic aneurysm.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God.
He's going to blow here.
Yes. And so I immediately called down to the ER and I'm like, I need you guys to know that this is what I'm looking at and that it's huge. And so they immediately sent the nurse back down to get the patient from me. We weren't going to have him move this time. We moved him over and we're like, be still, and rushed him into the trauma room. And sadly, within 45 minutes, he was gone. And there was nothing they could do. And I was devastated. I know there was nothing that I could have done, but I just felt so bad for him that he was alert and conscious and just trying to get diagnosed, and it was too late for him. Yeah. And that really messed me up, where I have a handful of cases where it really caused PTSD in me. Yeah. And I think this realization came to me. Do you remember the NFL player that basically got hit recently? And I can't remember his name, but he passed out on the field.
Right.
And it was because he had that hit to his chest and it stopped his heart. And he literally
died.
Yeah, on the field.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they started compressions on him immediately. They were able to get him back. He's now returned to the NFL. But I remember the next day, everyone being so traumatized by what they saw, just watching the game. And I was thinking, but healthcare workers do this every day for 12 hours, usually at a time, day after day after day. We see CPR happening in our jobs and performing CPR.
Especially people like you who are around the ER.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I worked as an orthopedic nurse. And I think there was literally like 2 people in my years of working that we don't often do CPR on the post-op ortho floor.
Or you have a code team that you call the code.
Well, we
then,
start the code and then the code team would come.
Yeah.
But even then.
But it's still traumatic
Oh,
to
it
see.
is. But anyway, but especially people like first responders.
Yeah.
Your partner, Steve, who worked, I mean, my goodness, New York paramedic. I've heard some of those stories.
Yeah.
And it's that same thing. I think you're right. There's certain ones that hit you harder for whatever reason. Like this guy's fully conscious. He knows something's wrong. You know something's wrong. But it brings up that helplessness. Like this, you are, you know, like, how are we going to encapsulate this huge aortic aneurysm?
Right.
My Aunt Nancy died of an aneurysm like that she knew she had. And she chose not to have surgery because she was in her 80s.
I see.
She was really healthy. She had dogs. She had these 2 large, like standard poodles that she took walking, and she learned to only walk one at a time because one time they got too excited and pulled her down. But anyway, that's how she died. She died of an aneurysm breaking like that.
Wow.
And it is kind of this wild, like, time bomb kind of feeling.
Exactly.
But good for you that you knew. I mean, like, at least, I mean, I know you have, it doesn't help though, consciously, I guess.
Right.
What does help you?
So for me, what worked, I was working with my therapist to deal with my just PTSD from growing up in a right-wing religious cult. And then also I had sexual abuse growing up and stuff like that. So I was working through those issues, but she let me know, she's like, we can do EMDR. And that will help you reprocess this trauma. So if you're not familiar with EMDR, it's eye movement,
desensitization,
and reprocessing. And for me, for some people, it's like if you're working across from a therapist, they use like a finger, go back and forth, and your eyes look at it.
Yeah.
That personally for me makes me dizzy.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm not doing that. But what did work for me are these little sensory paddles. And so it's got little dials on it, and you set it to the therapist's recommendation for how long the little buzzing is and for how quickly it goes between. And then you sit there and you think about your trauma and you relive the trauma and you talk about it then afterwards.
And so you have a buzzer in each hand. And I know that you're right. It's about crossing midline in your brain.
Yes.
And you can do it with sounds as well. Headphones. My therapist always did it with bilateral music. There's I think a guy named David Grand that goes from one ear to the other. Whatever it is, crosses midline in your brain while you're processing something.
Right. And it can sometimes take several sessions, but for me, I really reacted well to it to where by the end of an hour-long session, I didn't feel as emotional about it anymore. I could actually talk about certain things and not feel that bubble that you get in your throat where it's like, oh my goodness, this is going to make me cry again or whatever. And so I ended up going back through many of the traumatic cases in healthcare that I had been through and reprocessing it so that now I feel like I've laid my career down and can feel good about it. And it isn't still terrorizing me.
You're not having any nightmares?
I'm not.
Because I bet you've had nightmares.
I have. One of my biggest things was when I worked at Children's Hospital.
Oh, yeah.
And
Kids.
I had several cases of non-accidental trauma in babies and toddlers.
Oh, like child abuse.
Yes. And when they succumbed, it was my job to x-ray every bone in their body.
Oh.
And so...
Oh, my gosh, Sherri.
Yeah, it was...
So a decedent.
Yes, a decedent. And so they would, the nurse would bring them down swaddled like they were asleep. And then I would have to unswaddle them and then x-ray them. And I swear every single time I bawled the entire time.
Oh, I feel like I want to cry with you right now. But I can't imagine that job. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. It needed to be done. While I was doing that, I treated them like they were just asleep. And I was very gentle with them. And I was in my mind, I was saying to them, I'm doing this because these are going to go to court and they are going to put the person away that did this to you.
So they can't do it to another baby or another kid.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
Sherri.
I made sure that I got the best damn x-rays that anybody could so that I could put that monster away. And that is what I did for several. But after 3 years of working at Children's, I would just sob the entire time on my way home. And my husband at the time said, you can't keep doing this to us. You've got two children of your own that you need to be there for. You can't keep grieving for these other kids. And so I decided that it was time. Wow, and so I went ahead and hung that up, but I had to reprocess all that trauma then, and these certain cases that I had seared in my mind, I had to talk it out and go through and reprocess that so that I could be able to not have night terrors about that.
Man, I just need to take a second here.
Absolutely. You know, I didn't mean to upset you. I'm so sorry.
No. I mean, this is trauma-y, and we not nothing to apologize for. I just need to take a second, to just reverence for what you've gone through, but also these babies, these children. And I never thought of that. I never knew somebody had to do that. I mean, of course, you think about medical examiners. Mm-hmm. I think about all these people that I don't know how, like there's a part of you that just has to sort of dissociate a little bit. I hear you saying like, I stayed present with them, but you're crying and it's like, it's just too much to ask of a person sometimes.
Yeah. But that's why I still have my friends that work at Children's. I am thinking of my friend Jean. She has been there for, oh my goodness, it's got to be close to 20 years now at Children's. And she is just the most beautiful soul. And bless her heart for being able to do what she does and keep her soul intact and everything.
She must have a way of like right now I want a resource with higher power and like also I'm going to do like just a parasympathetic nervous system reset, which is, also a little prayer for all the little children and babies out there who have suffered. And for you, for all of us, I mean, you've gone through child abuse and oh my goodness, let's just send out some love. But also I want to do a 4x4 breathing, like just go in for 4 and I hold it for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold it for 4. And just, it kind of reminds me to reset and look around the room, resource with the trees outside and the plants inside. And just those kind of things, if you ever get triggered, to reground you in this moment. Sometimes after EMDR, my therapist would always like, okay, look around the room and find, because it's not happening now.
Right.
It did happen. It's not happening now, but then reground and find like 5 blue things.
Right.
Or does your therapist do that?
Yes.
Does she ever do essential oil? Mine would also have a little essential oil routine that she would have me smell.
So a lot of the therapy that I did was during COVID, and so it was remote.
Oh, and it does work.
So
it does work.
Zoom. But yeah, I would always have like a candle that I liked and be able like to smell the smells that made me feel comfortable. I'd put on my favorite fuzzy socks, and just really feel grounded and like I can control something right now.
Yeah. Like again, just reground and be in the present moment and be gentle with yourself. Mm-hmm. Like there's a flicker. The flicker of a flame is really comforting.
Very much so.
I guess our caveman brain just, it's like, we're going to be okay. We have fire.
That's right.
I'm doing this.
Did you bring s'mores?
I bought my son a candle that smells like movie popcorn.
Oh, does it really smell like it?
Yeah, I will bring it up and see what you think.
Okay.
But I bought it. It's the last Blockbuster. This is me doing just a little bit of trauma. I got to talk about something light for a second, But yeah, so I went and did a gig in, I think it's Bend, Oregon. And there's the last they still have a Blockbuster.
It's still open?
Yeah. Oh. And they have the gumball machine. Remember, you used to be able to guess a color. My son was so good at guessing colors, and we get a free rental.
Oh my gosh.
They still have the VHSs. They have a bunch of like collectible hoodies and stuff, but they had these candles that you light and it smells like, and I thought, well, why am I getting that? But I thought that is there's something about like smelling movie popcorn.
Totally.
I don't know. Maybe you could put put on a YouTube clip of popping popcorn, light the candle, and then sit there hungry. I don't know. I should make, oh well. But so that's me. Like after something heavy, I have to like, let's talk about something just for a second. I don't want to be like my mom, because anytime I would be talking to my mom about something that mattered to me, she goes, how's the weather?
Oh yeah. Oh, my dad was famous for that.
And I'm like, I am not abandoning you. I just want you to know.
Yeah.
And I'm just so, okay. So I think, first of all, I want to commend you for having the courage to do trauma therapy, because sometimes it's counterintuitive, because a part of us wants to just dissociate. But the energy it takes to dissociate, and also because it keeps coming back.
Right.
And that which we resist persists. But having that courage to dive into it with a therapist, with the tools of the haptics or the buzzers, and have, the candle.
Right.
Having that courage to go, I'm going to feel all this, but I'm going to process it with EMDR, where it's more manageable.
Right.
It's you don't forget. It still happened.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take you over and take you back to like being a helpless child.
Well, and I also feel like if you don't deal with it, then that leads to other problems. I was listening to your episode with Vinny last week.
Oh, right.
And
he's the police officer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And talking about like alcohol use in healthcare and in law enforcement and stuff like that.
And drugs. I mean, one of my favorite nurses ended up taking the morphine. And she was such a good nurse. In fact, I think it was because she was such a good nurse that she had to numb it. And she still was a good nurse on morphine, which is,
wow.
I'm not saying do the morphine, kids. Right. I'm just saying. But yeah, you're right. So if you don't deal with it.
Yeah. Because I know a bunch of us, especially during COVID, it'd be like, so what are you doing? We get off in the morning at 7 a.m. and I was drinking wine by 8 a.m.
Yeah, that's happy hour after the night shift.
I was like, after a while, I was like, how much wine am I drinking? This doesn't feel good anymore. This feels like medicating. Yeah. And so that was something that really indicated to me that, look, if you're going to live inside your own head and have space and be able to do the happy things that you want to do, you're going to need to deal with this.
Oh, so you've been dealing with that too?
Yeah.
Or maybe because you're not working anymore, you're not needing to, and you're doing the trauma work.
Exactly. No, I still enjoy a glass of wine every now and then, but yeah,
with
it's
a meal and
stuff,
like more of a healthy amount.
Exactly.
But you're not needing.
I'm not doing it like every day, and
you're not trying to shut things down.
Exactly.
And that is a difference. And the irony, of course, as we already know, trying to numb our feelings to that, and then you get drunk, and then you do things like, what did I do? Or what did I say? Or you know, wake up with.
For me, it was. What did I buy on Amazon? These packages.
Tell me the craziest thing. What's the, or is it an abundance? Is it a number of things? Like, wow, your Amazon bill had to be so high.
There was something that I was like, I don't even need this. Why would I buy this? It was some kind of food. Peanut butter Oreos.
Oh, peanut butter Oreos. I never heard of those.
Yeah. Amazon sells peanut butter Oreos. And for whatever reason that night, I was like, this is an excellent life choice, Sherri. You should definitely buy these. And then they came in the mail and I'm like, oh, how nice. Who sent these to me? And then it was like, oh, me. Drunk me sent this to sober me.
I'm love bombing myself.
I am.
That's so funny. I love that. Who knew? Anyway, now there's people out there like, I just got rid of Amazon. I'm doing the,
right.
I'm doing the boycotts of all the things. That's so funny.
Yeah.
So that was more of your thing.
That was more of my thing. And occasionally I would like, if I was particularly spicy that night, I might start arguing with people that didn't have my belief system.
Oh, good. Online?
Yeah, which is always
get in some
terrible thing.
Toxic threads.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like, this is not good for my peace. So why am I doing this? So
it's such a cycle.
It is.
Oh, I'm so glad you broke it.
Me too. I have to say, I feel I am very peaceful right now. And I love that. I love that for my kids. I love that my kids have peace right now.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that your kids are doing so well.
Yeah.
You have a nice smile.
Thanks.
Things are good.
Yeah, it's easy to be happy when you see your kids happy. Or not even your kids, the people that you love. When the people you love are happy, then it makes happiness easier.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But mainly the kid in the mirror is what I I'm working on.
Oh, that's so true.
I'm trying to get this thing going that a person at a show shared with me about, I tried to get the gender neutral indefinite pronoun of one to take off.
Oh.
Nobody was into it.
Oh, why not? I like it.
I'm one, you're one, we're all part of the one. They're just not ready for it yet.
I guess not.
I'm ahead of my time.
Put that on the back burner, though. That's going to be a thing.
One, yeah. Just start saying one. But then this woman came up to me after the show, one of the shows where I've shared that a lot. So she came up and said, the Brits have it right. It's like love. Like, hello, love. How are you, love?
Yes.
So I've been working on saying that in the mirror.
I love that.
And smiling and saying, hello, love. And I really am working. I even especially days like today, I had 2 shows last night, had cocktails. There's I'm like, oh, I said that out loud. Like there's a little shame energy. And I wake up, but then I'm like, hey, I got to just love myself. Look in the mirror.
That's right.
Hello, love.
That's right.
And start again.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I am trying to accept my physical appearance. I have in my new bathroom a full-size mirror as I get out of the shower. So I see myself naked when I get out. And
such a treat.
At my old place, there was not a mirror. And so I could get out and pretend like I knew what I looked like. And now I get out and it's like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I'm not averting my eyes. I'm actually taking in my appearance and trying to be grateful.
Yes.
And be like, you know what? This big belly carried some kids. These big thighs carry me around. This big butt, apparently Steve likes to look at it. So,
I like big butts.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm trying to embrace that because that's always been something I struggled with is self-acceptance physically.
Oh, in you and everybody.
Right?
And I know when there's certain hotels I stay in, it's the same. They have the clear glass, like while I'm showering.
Right. And
I'm
you can
like,
see
surprise,
yourself.
there you are, Nance.
Yep.
And I think it's so wild, especially as we're aging. But yeah, everybody's got something.
Yep, it's true.
I've got this thing with the lazy eye. I'll tell you what helped me too, making peace with my body and stuff, was being on psychedelics, going in the bathroom and seeing my soul in the mirror.
Oh, wow.
That is transcendent.
What does your soul look like?
Beautiful.
That's wonderful.
I was like, everybody's soul is this beautiful. I do believe that even sociopaths, I think, have a beautiful soul. It's just they're disconnected from it and their egos have taken over.
That makes sense.
It's a weird soul agreement in my experience when I've done my meditation, going, God, why do we have sociopaths? I mean, I can't understand. And we were just talking about some sociopathic stuff. I don't want to give them too much energy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's okay to celebrate when they die.
Yes.
That's what I want to say. And they will eventually. I'm just putting that out there. Actually, I put out protection, golden bubble, look around, make sure they don't have access to your important stuff.
Right.
I was always worried that my bank account would be drained at any minute. My ex had all of my stuff, my social security number, obviously my date of birth, my mom's maiden name, all that stuff. And I just thought, oh, at any moment, it'll be when I'm all relaxed. But I didn't even realize how often I was thinking about that every time I logged into my bank account.
Yeah.
And, okay, I jumped subjects there real quick. We were talking about body acceptance and soul light. But yeah, let's just say, there's some transcendent things that they can't touch this.
Right.
They can't touch your soul, really.
It's true.
And so I'm going to go back kind of a little full circle here to the beginning of you taking time to know your authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
That's transcendent. Yes, our bodies are part of us, but that's not us. It is nice to have a healthy body.
It is.
And you look really healthy to me.
Oh, thank you.
Are you feeling healthy?
I am feeling healthy.
Yeah. And like I said, there's always 2 sides to every coin. Like being thin at this age is a little dangerous for my bone density. I've got I've got lower than normal bone density in my spine. So I'm told. But my thighs have grown. Now I can't wear boxers because they roll up like a tourniquet.
Yes.
So I'm like, damn it. There went my boxer enjoyment.
Right.
Because this, I don't know, things, I don't know if I've gotten more fat on my thighs or just the skin doesn't hold it in. Like the skin used to be like Spanx.
I know.
Now my skin is not good Spanx.
Yeah.
So I can see all the little lumps and bumps. And it's something I do not want to, I'm like, if I do ever get another lover, it's got to be with good lighting. is my in other words, no lighting. I think I feel pretty sexy. Touch this. Is that so? Anyway, I don't even know if that's true. So you're working on that. That's huge, isn't it?
It is. If I knew, and I'm trying to practice this now because I probably am not going to die like in the next 10 years or so. So I'm trying to celebrate myself now with what I have.
Yes.
If me, like when I was 20, knew what I look like at 20, I would have been naked all the time.
I know.
I mean,
it's so true. We always look back 5-10 years and go, well, shoot. And that seems like the goal. I do this little joke about doing the chip clip.
Oh, yeah. I've still got your chip clip. And I think about doing that in the back all the time.
But I mean, it's like the goal of a lot of cosmology. What is it? Cosmetology. Or cosmetic surgery.
Yes.
It's usually to buy like 10 years.
Right.
Like let's go back 10 years. It's like I was not pretty at 50. I'm not going to be, am I going to go get plastic surgery to look just the same?
I know.
I don't know.
Well, and people overdo it. I watch a lot of garbage on TV that are reality shows and stuff.
Man.
And there's this one set of twins that I watch on this one franchise called 90 Day Fiancé, and they look like aliens. They've done lips and eyes, and it looks like they can't even blink really. And I'm just like, that's unfortunate because you get to a point, and maybe they have body dysmorphia. I'm not here to judge or anything, but there is a point where you go too far and then it just doesn't look right anymore.
Well,
I'd rather see somebody completely untouched than that.
And I was thinking about some of my favorite people on television are on PBS, like Jane Goodalls or Downton Abbey. What is that actress's name? Maggie Smith?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I love like a wrinkled woman. I do. And it's like, I've got to accept this is, I think, because I feel like a 12-year-old tomboy. That's the problem is that I look in the mirror and there's my grandma. But I loved my grandma and I'm trying to make peace with that. So I hear what you're saying. Like, gosh, start loving yourself now.
Yes.
Because when you're 80, you're going to go, well, boy, I was rocking it in my 50s.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like I say, that timeless part of us, that soul, if we look into our eyes in the mirror or look into our third eye even.
Yes.
And see like beyond the avatar of this incarnation.
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
It is cool.
And to think also that I chose it. I'm like, well, I chose this somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe, again, that's a way of avoiding some grief. You chose this and you chose that sociopathic ex. You chose her. We chose each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's dead. So
yeah. So there's that.
I can dance in my kitchen. And it's not that I'm, okay, listen, I don't care what people think. It's not that I'm laughing or dancing on her grave because I don't know where it is. I do more than dance on it, I'll tell you. I might make an imaginary one.
Maybe hit the Taco Bell before you go.
Oh, God, that felt good. But that is how powerless I felt.
Yeah.
And how scared I was.
Right.
And how horrible it was. The things that she did where I was like, no, I did do some things. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, but that take like 1% of something you did and then make 99% of a lie out of it where it's crazy making like, no, I didn't do that.
Exactly.
Anyway, the best thing I can do is like, okay, let go. But come on, I'm human. And there's once in a while when I need, like I once in a while dance in my kitchen because it's like, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead.
Right.
She cannot pull it behind me. Like my lawyer told me, watch out. These people that abuse these protective orders like this and lie about you, they'll pull it behind you, call the cops, say she's following me, and then get in front of your car. Assholes.
That is awful.
And or they'll, log into your accounts and do egregious things.
Right.
Just because they can. It's power and control.
It is.
You can't imagine. You're trying to why would they do that?
There's no logic. There's no logic to it. And I stopped trying to figure it out. I was just like, I don't understand why he would do that. You know, what made him do that? And then it's like, it's apples and oranges. My brain can't comprehend. It doesn't think like that. And so stop trying to figure it out.
Yeah. And the more I do believe, like, I don't know if I shared this last time, but I think I've shared it a few times where it's like, it's almost like a 3D printer. When I go into their brain and I'm like trying to understand the code, it starts writing that crazy code in my own brain of like their behavior.
Yeah.
I don't want to become them.
No.
And I think that is terrifying in a weird way to understand them.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so glad
Me
that
too.
you've got some space. I always say, I think it's an okay thing to say. Like I was talking about this on stage last night. You know, I'm a 5th generation nurse. And before that, we were called witches. So don't fuck with me. And I was really, I kind of mean it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, and I did share, like my sociopathic ex is dead. And I never touched her. And and they can't prosecute that. And it's not, I didn't cast a spell or anything like that. But I definitely went to a soul worker. And she had me like take these hooks that my ex had put in and like just pull them out and let them bungee back to her.
Oh.
In other words, I'm not doing anything. I'm just letting her energy go back to her.
Yep.
And I also said, I hope that all of you get what you deserve.
Yeah.
And that's not a curse.
No.
That is just, may everyone get what they deserve.
That's right.
And that's like, me too.
Yep.
I want to be accountable. I have to make amends. I'm working a program. I definitely have done stuff that I'm not proud of, and that has been hurtful. And I have to say sorry and make amends. And also a living amends by doing my work and hopefully not doing that too often.
Right.
So I always say I think she died by her own lies. You know, that it just took a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Anyway, gone.
Yeah.
What a relief.
No doubt.
For me.
Yeah.
And so I hope your ex gets what they deserve.
I hope so too.
Yeah. And they will.
Yeah.
It's just the way the universe works.
It's true.
Yeah.
It'll eventually happen. I believe in the power of the universe.
Oh, and I think it's happening now. Like it's happening right now because they're never satisfied. There's such a weird dark hole like they cannot fill.
Right.
They keep trying with these weird things they do.
Yeah.
To take from you. And
yeah.
I'm sorry that, you know, you were saying you had a podcast.
Oh, yeah. So my podcast was called Your Emergency is Showing. And
such a great name.
Thanks. I miss it. But yeah, he had control of all of the episodes and they're not available anymore. I can't find them because I kind of, while I was recording all of it, because I just started in my office with my little laptop and a single microphone.
Yeah, a little USB mic.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And it was rough. You know, you could hear the dogs barking in the background at first and all that jazz. But I was hoping that someday my kids could refer back to it and learn a little bit more about their mom.
Yeah.
And so that was what I was really hoping for, but I can't find it anywhere now. So I even went to like Podbean, which were, those were episodes that I had uploaded, and it's not on there anymore. So he went around and got rid of all of it. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. There might be a way. I got to say, I have all these journals, and my therapist was like, no, don't get rid of your journals. Your son might want them. And I'm like, I 100% promise you, he does not want to read my journals. I know he won't. And he told me, yeah, Mom, I don't. And I'm like, okay, we can just burn these. You know?
I like to revisit them sometimes. I did a whole lot of editing right before this move and got rid of so much stuff.
Yes, it's a good thing about moving.
Yeah. And I had a hard time with the journals. When I'd come across it, I'm like, oh, I want to see what I was feeling then, because that was kind of a dark time.
Yeah.
And so part of me wants to like go back. But then am I really going to sit down on a Tuesday and look at my feelings from, 2000? I don't know.
I don't know either, but there's a part, I still have some of mine too.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure either. I was wondering that. Like we never know. They don't take up that much room.
No.
Exactly. So it's all right. And I'm sorry about the podcast thing, but I don't know. I'm not sure you won't find it somewhere.
Maybe.
But if not, maybe record some stuff that you really do want them to know about you. That might be an interesting intentional project of just recording a few things like that.
I think that would be good. I know I love listening to my dad's voice. My dad passed away last year, and I have
so sorry.
thanks. I have voicemails from him. And so like things that say happy birthday and stuff like that. So on my birthday I'll listen to his happy birthday message. And it just touches me so much, and I love hearing his voice. And my daughter recently gave me a journal that says, "Mom, tell me your story," and I'm supposed to write it out. But I think in addition to writing it out, it would be nice to speak it. Because if she gets any comfort from my voice the way that I do from my dad's voice,
I'm sure she
that
would.
would be good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a wonderful idea.
Yeah. It was funny. I turned to Steve when I got the book, and I'm like, "Oh, this is so thoughtful." And then I turned to Steve and I'm like, "So they gave me homework?"
Merry Christmas.
But no, it's nice. I remember doing that to my dad too, and being like, "I want to hear all your stories, Dad," and stuff like that. So yeah.
Now, as much as, okay, everything's going great with Steve, I'm curious about, just because of my trauma and trust issues, how are you? Because I feel like I want everything in writing.
Oh, yeah. No,
Like,
there's a cohab agreement.
That's what okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not stupid.
I know you're not stupid. I know that. But I was just wondering, because you're saying like he's on the spectrum and you totally trust him.
Yeah.
He's so honest. And I think I know you're right.
Right.
But at the same time, this is not about him. It's
No.
about my need for like, I need things in writing now.
Absolutely.
That protect my rights. Because like with my ex, like everything went sideways.
Yeah.
You know, with
No,
all
you and at the time you're just like, "Oh, I'm in love and blah blah blah, and this is going to be great." I happen to know that it may not be great forever. So no, we definitely have a cohab agreement. I told you before, we do not have any interest in getting married, but the cohabitation agreement is like a prenup, but for unmarried people.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So we went to an attorney and have all of the different, like what we wanted to cover, like what if we break up, what does that look like,
who
how
gets
many
the
days
pets?
Exactly,
because I lost my pets, and that was I mean, luckily I had my son. I lost the house. That was painful, that I'd spent 5 years building, but the pets, oh gosh.
Yes. Well, Steve, with Steve's relationship with Kevin, he wouldn't want them, but
well,
but
that's
also,
what my ex said about my parrot, that she was originally, I mean, he was originally her parrot, but it didn't matter that she didn't
they want to hurt you.
Yes,
so they'll do anything.
Yeah, luckily her next girlfriend stole the parrot.
Yes.
And said, "You're not taking care of it." So I was like, "Yay, I'm glad somebody's taking care of it." So the pets are in there.
Yep.
What else? Yeah, so you went to a lawyer. I thought maybe there'd be a boilerplate thing, but you did it.
I wanted to go to an attorney just because I had specific things I wanted to cover.
Yeah.
Because one of the issues was we're both in this house together, but who gets the house? After, if there's something that
Are you renting the house, or did you buy?
No, I bought the house.
You bought the house.
Yeah,
so this is
he gave me money and bought into the house.
Oh, so are
he
you
is
going to
a
be
10% owner of the house?
So you are called tenants in common.
Correct.
Yeah, because see, that's what my ex changed the deed from joint tenants to tenants in common when I was out of town.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so that and then she also had told me to get rid of all these boxes of the proof of my ownership. So she was very calculating, and she's dead. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I have to keep saying she's dead.
I know.
That evil witch is dead.
Yay.
But anyway, I'm a better witch. I mean, she did get to live out her days in that beautiful house that I helped manifest for her up on the mountain above Boulder. Okay. Wow. So tenants in common,
separate
10%,
bank account.
You get this percentage if things... Yeah.
Yeah, I will buy him out, and I get to keep the house if things don't go right. I buy him back
at
out
a fair market value.
Yep. And then, of course, separate bank accounts. He is very close to his family in New York, and is very protective of them, takes care of his mom and his sister and nephew. And so what he has as far as like 401k and all of that stuff, I don't want any of that.
That stays with his family.
Stays with his family. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So yeah, we went through all the things and sat down and we're like, okay, you happy? Yep. Are you happy? Yep. And we signed it.
Everybody learn from this. You never have to go on Judge Judy.
That's right. Plus the lighting is so unflattering in those courtrooms.
And she's wrong so many times. I got obsessed with watching Judge Judy lately because I wanted the critical voice to be outside my head. And I mean, she burned a bridge with me with one of the plaintiff. She was trying to tell this woman she wasn't sexually assaulted because who spends the next 24 hours with somebody? And I'm like, a lot of sexual assault victims end up making breakfast for their rapist.
Uh-huh.
So I just like, I'm done with you, Judge Judy.
Yeah.
Because she did a huge victim blaming thing.
That's terrible. I don't like that at all.
And I was like, why is this level of case on Judge fucking Judy?
Right.
Anyway, I'm done with you, Judge Judy. You were wrong. You were wrong. Just like my mother was wrong. She was wrong about me. But so what the fuck, man? The lighting, you went happy-go-lucky. It's about the lighting. I'm like, she blamed a sexual assault victim. Okay. So but that's so brilliant. If ever I cohabitate, and I mean, even with just a housemate, because I've been watching Roommates from Hell or whatever that Netflix.
Roommates from Hell it haunts me.
Worst roommate ever.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no. Once people are in your house, like I've even thought about, I have a 20-year-old living with me. Am I going to be able to, I was talking to Vinny actually, like, how do I get this kid out of my house? Can you serve him an eviction notice? I love him, but at some point, he's in school. It's okay. But
right.
I mean, I'm half joking, but I'm like, another part of me is like, okay, just in case, how do I get him out? But literally, this is good advice for anybody, especially trauma survivors or people that have had relationships where we lose touch with our gut instincts sometimes. And like you said, we're in love and we're like, maybe this is the one. And sometimes it is. Mm-hmm. And I want that to be the case, but why not?
Exactly.
Trust and tie up your camel, as they say. I don't know what that's dumb analogy. I let the camels go free. I'm an animal rights person.
That's right.
Free the camels. Well, in closing. No, but seriously,
we have the giggles.
Can I tell you like how happy I am to hear that you are trusting your gut, like you're and you took 2 years to move in. Mm-hmm. I love that too. Because one counselor I saw said that it takes 2 years for people to start showing some of that.
Exactly.
The signs. Because some people hide them like a long time. And anyway, so you waited 2 years and then it's like, okay, we're ready. I trust this. And yet I'm going to have this prenup or this cohabitation agreement. Right. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Sherri.
Thank you.
Hey.
Oh, thank you.
Sherri Harper, everybody. Let's all learn. Let's all learn from Sherri. You're inspiring me.
Thank you.
I might try to find a companion or a dinner partner.
Absolutely.
I like the idea of starting with something less like, hey, looking for a relationship. It's like, I'm just looking for someone to have dinner with.
Exactly.
I'm looking for somebody who wants to make vegan butter.
There you go.
I could find them.
Absolutely. They're out there.
Somebody who, okay. I'm gonna put it out to the loving universe and perhaps on Timber. My old joke. I'm not on Tinder. I'm on Timber. Sponsored by Viagra and coconut oil. Come on, you take your little blue pill. I'll get the coconut oil. Let's synchronize our crotches.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm doing the old bits, the oldies but goodies.
I love it.
Well, thanks for taking this time.
Absolutely.
And
thanks for having me.
I'm so glad we got to reconnect.
Absolutely. This was really fun. And I hope that this helps people, especially hearing things that can help your trauma and stuff like that. Traumedy is very important, but when it's too icky to put a laugh with it, there are resources out there that can help you so that you can find your joy again.
Yeah, to do the deeper dive, to do the EMDR. Also, pet therapy is wonderful, having your loving animal companions. And then I always say Traumedy helps you get by between sessions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
All right. Thanks, Sherri.
Thank you.
I want to thank my guest, Sherri Harper, the dog mama. Thank you for sharing your journey. It's so exciting. We'll check in again in a couple of years, see how things are going with the cohab agreement. And Steve, I have a good feeling. And I want to thank my son, Nathaniel Norton, for putting together this music loop. And I want to thank you, the listener, for being a witness and also being on this co-healing journey. Because, I do believe in energy work, and I think that we are helping to heal each other. So let me know what you need. Please send me a message at nancynorton.tv if you need any, topic covered, or you want to be a guest, or somebody who wants to be a guest on Traumedy. And again, we try to upload an episode every Tuesday a new episode of Traumedy. Hey, and please, let's get the reach out about Traumedy. I really think it's important that we get this out to people who are suffering and struggling on their own and who just may need to know they're not alone. And remember, no matter what, keep laughing.